If we're not at a Disney park, we're dreaming about being there, and a cup of Joffrey's Coffee Disney Blend helps. But what about when you're at a Disney park? The Joffrey's Disney Kiosk and Restaurant Locator will make sure you never miss out. Whether it's a cool drink on a hot summer vacation or a great cup of coffee at a Disney signature restaurant, Joffrey's has you covered. Check it out at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
We are now stopping at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, a Victorian-style hotel offering the modern conveniences of a full-service spa and health club. For dinner, we invite you to experience the casual elegance of Citricos, specializing in American cuisine with a distinct Tuscan flair.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. Happy 4th of July. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
Bob, this is, besides being the birthday of our country,
Yes.
it's my daughter's birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh, I'll tell her
you
you
going to take her to Texas?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going old school.
You're going old
way
school. I
back.
don't remember what episode that was. Yeah, she didn't want to go to Disney. She wanted to go to Houston.
Yeah, that's a fantastic episode too. Talking about the, you surprise her with a trip to Disney and she cries because you had told her you were going to Texas.
Yeah, we hyped up Houston just a little too much.
I'm sure the Tourism and Tourist Bureau in Houston appreciates that.
Exactly. Well, Bob, before we get, go ahead. I was going to say, before we get into the meat of the show, I have a new iTunes review I'd love to read.
Oh, excellent. Yes.
Because then when everyone's so nice to write them for us, we always like to read them on the show.
Absolutely.
This is from Typical Eeyore, also goes by Christopher.
Oh.
I know. They say, I love the Resort Loop podcast. I've been listening to the show for about a year or so, and I find Bob and Tim, or is it Tim and Bob, fun and informative. I listen to several Disney-related podcasts and they all have great information and excel in their own areas. But Resort Loop is special because while sharing their Disney knowledge and experiences, they are down-to-earth and friendly and are regular Disney fans like us. Keep up the good work and can't wait to meet you guys at the Northeast Ohio Looper Meet next month. He's coming to the meet.
Excellent.
Love it.
This month. It's already July.
Oh, that's right.
It's flying by.
What even happened to June?
It's gone. Let's move on. Just move on. Keep moving forward. As I can't remember.
It was somewhere. It was somewhere.
We'll just keep moving forward. Well, before we get started with the show, we got a great guest today. We got a fantastic trip report coming. But before we get started, I have two this day in Disney history.
Great.
1956. Walt Disney and his brother Roy, along with their wives, visit Marceline, Missouri, their boyhood home and inspiration for Main Street, USA. That evening, are you ready for this? Approximately 6,000 persons from Marceline and surrounding communities gather at the new Walt Disney Municipal Park, located just south of the Marceline Country Club, to witness the dedication of a new swimming pool by the Disney brothers. 6,000 people.
Wow.
Could you imagine what that would be today?
Oh, my goodness.
Now, I looked up Marceline.
Yes.
And I looked up, and the park is still there.
Okay.
And the swimming pool is still there.
Mm-hmm.
They even have a midget Autopia.
I remember reading about that.
How about that? We got to go check that out.
I'll load up the van.
Let's go.
Getting the Mobile One unit ready.
And also on this day in Disney history, 1979 in beautiful Anaheim, California, at Disneyland, the very first baby is born at Disneyland, California.
Oh.
6-pound, 10-ounce Teresa Salcido is born to Rosa and Elias Salcido on a bench behind Plaza Inn.
Wow.
How about that?
How about the name? The middle name being Elias.
Yeah.
of the guy. That's awesome.
What are the odds of that?
I know.
And I think we read that one a long time ago on another show. So we've been doing this long enough. We've had a couple of 4th of July
shows.
Now.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
This is awesome. Because I remember, but I thought I'd bring it up again. That's now listen, folks.
History doesn't change.
No, it doesn't. But we do not recommend being in your final trimester. Is that what they call them? In your ninth month.
Right.
And going to a Disney park so that you can have a baby at Disneyland, Disney World, whatever. Don't do that.
Stay off the drop rides. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower and Hollywood
or maybe
Tower.
Not.
Well,
if the baby's being a little, stubborn, you're way past your due date.
Need a little encouragement. A little encouragement.
I don't think they'll let you on there, but
no, I'm sure.
Tim,
Bob, I would like it. I'm very excited about the show. I'd like it if you would introduce our guest for us.
Absolutely. So, of course, everybody knows by now about Looper Nation Live over on Facebook. We got a lot of great loopers over there, super loopers. One of who is with us today, been with us a long time, listening to the show, interacting with us, and we thought, it's high time we bring him on the show because he had a great experience at Walt Disney World not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about our good pal Jamie Price. You guys have heard him. So James,
yes, sir.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We appreciate you taking time out from your wonderful family. It's not stalking. Okay, I want to make that clear. looking at your pictures on Facebook. Keep in mind that is not technically stalking.
If you put them out there.
That's true.
But you just got back, Tim. Believe it or not, James just got back from a fortnight, and he's not even English.
Oh,
well,
wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, he's speaking English very well. I was going to say. There we go.
Anyway, he's not from the UK, but a fortnight. What made you guys go down for 2 weeks?
I'd originally planned for about a week, but I know that it always expands a little bit. But I realized with Memorial Weekend and everything, we could expand it a little bit before and a couple days after. So, we started off with, booking through DVC points at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I added a few nights at Pop Century before and a couple nights off property afterwards.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That is truly a fortnight. A lot of our friends from the UK do the same thing. So, so you had all in all, you had a good time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Now, to let everybody know, what's your background? What's your family consist of?
My wife Lauren, my 16-year-old son Jameson, and my almost 4-year-old son Carlin.
All right. So you got a good sized family there.
Yeah.
And how was Animal Kingdom?
Hot. As usual.
You talked in your review on Looper Nation Live. You talked about what's it called? The Boneyard with your young son.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's perfect for toddlers, but not for the toddler parents. He could play in there all day and he could care less about the rest of the rides, but there's so many places for them to hide and run to, and you cannot see them anywhere. So my wife about had a fit, and so we left the park for a little bit. We came back, and so I tried my hand at taking him to the Boneyard, and I about had a fit. It's so stressful. You see your kid having fun, but then he disappears and you don't know where he is or what's going on. And, there's only one entrance and one exit, but if you go looking for him, you don't know what you're missing. So, we hate the Boneyard.
Now, it's hot, you're sweaty, and now you're crawling around in a bunch of sand.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Pretty
like fun.
Yeah. No.
No. So how about the Pandora? Did you get any chance to check out Pandora? Was any of it open while you were there?
Yes, I actually, we stopped by 2 mornings so I could get fast passes for each of the new rides and, to visit the park one of those days. The first day we went to check out, the Pandora at daytime and to ride Flight of Passage, and of course, Pandora, you've seen the pictures, you've heard the stories. At daytime, there's so many things you can see that you can't at nighttime. There's little details. There's this really cool, even at the bathroom, they've got the defibrillator in the phone, and it looks like it belongs there because there's like a decontamination process sign there, and then the emergency stuff is right below it. And I mean, they didn't skip any detail. It's just amazing. But then
Wow.
my youngest was too small to go on Flight of Passage, so we did, child swap. And my wife and son, my oldest son, went on it, and I waited for them, checked everything out. They came back. They didn't say anything. I thought maybe they were just waiting to tell me their opinion later. And so I jumped on the ride real quick, and one of the ride vehicles went down, so it was a little bit longer. Of course, it was really busy. It was only open for, day 3 or 4. I went on the ride. It took a long time to load. It took a long time to supposedly connect to your avatar. And finally it started, and I immediately fall in love with it. And about 20 seconds later, I immediately hated it.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's. I'm fine with some coasters, and Tower of Terror is my favorite ride, but this motion simulator, I have problems with some simulators. This one was probably the roughest one. It caused major motion sickness.
Wow.
Yeah, I think my son loved it. My oldest son loved it. I did not, but I could see why people who don't have motion sickness would definitely love it. It's like an extreme Soarin', complete with all sorts of good nature smells and dirt for some reason. Dirt smell. I think they got a good sale on dirt smell because they included in the new Soarin' as well. but yeah, it's definitely a more extreme ride than I'm used to at Disney World. When I got off the ride, I talked to my family. Like I said, my son Jameson said he loved it, but my wife, she said, I had the same experience. I could hardly stand it. I said, well, all the characters there were blue. By the time I got out, I was green.
Nice.
That is awesome. Now compare that to, have you done Mission Space, the full-blown Mission Space?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know better. Yeah,
Know your
I don't
limits.
do teacups and I don't do Mission Space. Yeah, Star Tours, that makes me a little nauseous, so I only do it about every other trip. But this one is way worse than Star Tours. This one I had to walk around the park for a while to catch my breath. I was doing Lamaze breathing while I was on the ride. So.
And nothing helps that more than hot Animal Kingdom air.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Well, that's good to know, because people need to know that's a ride that they might want to avoid if they get a little queasy on rides. I know my wife is that way. She'll have to avoid that the next time we go down. So, very good. How was Animal Kingdom Lodge?
Oh my gosh, we did a split stay between Wilderness Lodge and Animal Kingdom Lodge about a year and a half ago. And we only did about 3 nights at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we were regretting not doing the entire time there. It's just, the staff is great. There's so much to do there. There's drum circles for my youngest. I talked for almost a half an hour with some lady from Zimbabwe just about her culture and some of the animals, and she had about as many questions for me as I did for her. And the room was spectacular. Now, it was so far away from the lobby. I requested through touring plans, I requested a room near the lobby. I think somebody saw that and thought, oh, isn't this cute? He wants a room near the lobby. So we ended up all the way at the end of the resort. But the view from there, as soon as I opened up the window, I said, I don't know if we want to request a different room, because there's 3 giraffes eating outside our window,
right?
And there's antelopes and vultures, and oh my gosh, there's just so many animals out there.
And did you fight quiet down at that end though?
Oh yeah, definitely. We were about the furthest room.
Yeah.
there was only 2 other rooms between us and the staircase, and the outside staircase. And yeah, it was very quiet.
Yeah, we find that to be the biggest plus when we stay there.
Definitely.
Way down at the end, it's nice and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy any of the restaurants there? The Animal Kingdom Lodge?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've tried Boma a couple times, so we decided, we always try Sanaa. And, of course, we went and we had the bread service. You can't beat that.
See, Tim? See? Everybody. Bread service.
Everybody raves.
What are we doing?
I don't know. We got to get there.
Neither of you have tried it yet?
We had it at Tiffin's, the bread service.
Oh, yeah.
But we've heard it's not comparable to at Sanaa.
It's pretty incredible.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's not that expensive either.
Wow.
So
Well, don't let that part get
that's a
out.
plus. Yeah. And, we tried Jico as well for the first time. I'd wanted to try that for a long time.
What'd you think?
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Well, we had the wild boar tenderloin appetizer, and I didn't want to share with my wife. It was so good. It was delicious. And then I had, of course, the filet mignon and the mac and cheese, and that was really good. But then she had the seafood curry, and she always likes lobster, so I went ahead and ordered her lobster tail as well. And she got the seafood curry, and it actually had a full lobster tail already in it.
Oh, wow.
So she had 2 lobster tails. So I had to help her out a little bit.
You had to. You had to.
It was the best curry I've ever had. And then the lobster, I've never been a fan of lobster, really. I mean, it's okay at best, usually. It's usually chewy and seafoody, but this, I took one bite, and it was like eating butter. It was, oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah, it was delicious.
Nice. What are some of the other things you did at Animal Kingdom Lodge?
We always try to get my son involved in one of the drum circles because he loves that. We brought him home a little drum our last visit, and so yeah, he loved doing that. They did little medallion rubbings on this little medallion that's as soon as you walk in the entrance. Oh my gosh, the pool is great. The pool bar is also great. There's this. I wish when I stayed there, sometimes I wish we didn't even go to the park because there's just so many activities to do.
Right. Yeah. Did you get a chance to do the night vision goggles?
We did last time. I wanted my son to try it out, but we didn't get around to that this time. Gives us an excuse to come back.
All right. And the cast members were just fantastic over there.
Oh, always, yes.
Yeah. Very good. All right, Tim. He ate at Homecoming.
James.
Yes.
What was with your dinner? We thought the chicken was fantastic. You said it was just kind of okay.
Yeah.
Now my thing is, maybe you live somewhere where the fried chicken is just naturally fantastic.
See, that's all I can think. You know, I come from the Midwest. We got everything's fried here.
And there's chickens.
Twinkies, you name it. Yeah.
Oreos, yes, exactly.
And but, I mean, it was good. It just didn't blow me away. I had the fried chicken sandwich. My son had the fried chicken and donuts, and then my wife and sister, for some reason, had a club sandwich. and and then my youngest son, Carlin, he had a cheeseburger, and my teen son thought he would finish that off for him, and he said it was awful. But
oh wow,
really?
Yeah, but the service was good, and the drinks were amazing.
I was going to say, you weren't too impressed with the food, but you loved the drinks there. Tell us about those.
Yeah. I had an old-fashioned. The lady that came up to our table told us that people come in just to drink the old-fashioned. And I thought, well, I'll try that. And
really?
Yeah, it was about the best old-fashioned I ever had.
Wow.
And she also raved about the fig and berries, and my sister ordered that, and I had a sip of that, and I could have ordered that for myself. It was really good. But they also have their own moonshine there. Mm-hmm. I would skip that. Not so good.
Oh, okay.
Watermelon moonshine. Yeah.
All right. Well, when he said old fashioned, I thought he was talking about you, Tim, but I guess it's a drink too.
Wow.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
he did say he
Yeah.
loved it, though. I'll take it.
I said old fashioned, not old.
Oh, see, right for you, right for you.
He listens to the show. He knows we have fun.
So, but you did enjoy another place. What was the other
Oh,
place that you enjoyed at Disney Springs?
Oh, Deluxe Burger. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Second only to Jico on this trip. We did our last day. We decided to head back to Typhoon Lagoon for a little bit, and then I said, well, let's do a lunch before we head home. And so I gave him some options, and my son wanted a burger, so we tried Deluxe Burger. And me and him had the Southern Burger with the fried green tomatoes and pimento cheese, and my wife had the El Diablo. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was picking off my toppings just so I could eat the burger by itself. We have Five Guys near here, which is really good. We have Kuma's Corner and Bub's Burgers. They're all great burgers, but I mean, all of us declared this probably the best burger we've ever eaten in our life. It's just that good. I wasn't a big fan of the fries or the dipping sauces. My son loved them, and he ate them all up. But yeah, those burgers are just spectacular.
Now,
All right, put that on the list.
It is on the now. Would you consider that pricey, or is it normal for like a Disney vacation type restaurant?
For a burger, I suppose it's a little pricey. I think our burgers were between $11 and $13 a piece, which really, that's only a little bit more than any Disney burger.
Right.
Yeah.
And to get this quality is way worth the extra $1 or $2.
Oh, I do love a good burger.
Now, you also raved about, of course, always Earl Sandwich. If you had a choice, which one the last meal you're going to have at Disney before you leave, which one's going to be?
Well, I like taking the holiday sandwich home with me, but if I can only eat one of those, I'm going back to Deluxe Burger.
Wow.
Good to know.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And then what about Ample Hills, since we're talking food? Tell me about that.
He shuddered. I heard him shudder, Bob.
I know.
Yeah, my wife and I are both lactose intolerant, so we kind of steer clear of ice cream, but if it's good enough, we'll give it a shot and just suffer the consequences later. And this was worth the consequences. It was so good. We sampled just about everything. I had, I don't even remember what all I had. I had that ooey gooey butter cake and that Sally sells seashells, which is like a dreamsicle plus chocolate, and I had something else I don't even remember. Everything that we had was so good. My youngest was eating it up left and right. It's just everything there was delicious. I'm very picky about my ice cream, and it was worth every bite.
That's Ample Hills Creamery. So
Yes.
Now, where is that? Where is that at Disney Springs?
Oh, that's at the boardwalk, actually.
Oh, it's at the boardwalk. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was thinking that was at Disney Springs. Okay.
Yeah. It's real close to where we were for the marathon. We were cheering on the runners.
That's right. Yeah. I think I went in there looking for coffee, and they weren't.
You did. You broke in. I remember. You were Jimmy in the lock. I remember the whole thing.
There is no pictures or video of that, so don't even go there.
Now, Jamie, I saw that you have your 3-year-old loves the Haunted Mansion, but they have a little problem getting to the main part of the ride. What's up with that?
Yes, he loves the line. He loves the interactivity in the line. He loves Madame Leota there at the tombstone. As soon as the door opens, he says, "No, Dad, don't go in that room." I said, well, we have to get to the ride. We have to go in this room. He said, "Okay, but don't go in the next room, the stretching room." And the door opens, and I start walking towards it. "No, Daddy, don't go in that room. Don't go in that room." And the whole time he's gripping onto me.
Oh.
And as soon as, they say, well, there's always my way, and the scream, he digs his claws into my neck. This happened the first 2 times we rode this. And he kept demanding on going on back. But, yeah, he did that. Now, I had scabs on my neck for the first two trips. But the third time we rode it, I made his mom hold him. He still says it's his favorite ride, but he does not like the rooms leading up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, weren't you saying that he sings the Grim Grinning Ghost throughout the ride too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He loves it all.
That is awesome.
How cute.
That is awesome. I do have a question here though. I was confused about this. I'm quoting you now. I turn into a giddy schoolgirl when I meet who turns you into a giddy schoolgirl, James?
Specifically Chewbacca.
Oh, all right. Very good.
Yeah, all those Star Wars characters at the launch bay. BB-8 wasn't all that impressive, but Kylo Ren was really cool and intimidating. The Jawas wanted to trade for my kids. They tried keeping them. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot of good pictures.
Who are they going to give you?
But
I'm taking my kids there first. As soon as I get there, I'm taking my kids there.
I warned them they were stinky, but they still wanted them. But as soon as I rounded the corner and I saw Chewbacca, I mean, I'd seen pictures before and it was no big deal, but when I walked up to him and he's looking at me with his big blue eyes and he's talking to me in his Wookiee voice, I mean, I nearly froze, and by the time I was walking out, I mean, I was emotional. I thought, oh my gosh, I just met Chewbacca. It was so realistic. It's a must-do.
That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, anybody that grows up with the Star Wars characters, I can't wait to see what they do with Star Wars Land and then throwing the characters in. It's going to be, because I'm with you. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I was from the very first time I saw the movie. I saw the first one 13 times. And that was when, before DVDs and VHSs, I actually had to go to the theater 13 times to see it. So it's going to be interesting to see, what kind of emotions come out once they get that thing fully going. But you weren't thrilled with Star-Lord, because you said that Chris Pratt's the only Star-Lord, which I agree.
Yeah, he looked like just about every 18-year-old boy I ever met. Baby Groot was really cool, and he tried the attitude and everything, but the look wasn't going over so well.
Right. Well, it is what it is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, tell us about this Maelstrom margarita, which you think would be in Norway, but it's not.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I think they came out with that as a tribute to the Maelstrom once it closed. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember what's in it. I know it's got like this.
It must be good.
Chili salt, or yeah, exactly. Had like this chili salted rib. It had a couple different flavors, fruity flavors, along with the tequila in there, and it was potent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely. I've had almost every kind they have there, and that's probably my favorite so far.
Oh. Over in Mexico, how do you combine? You can't combine Norway and Mexico.
Well, yeah, but I bet we'd be complaining if we found tequila in Norway too.
No, not everybody.
Well, yes,
That's true.
Oh my goodness. What about? Let's see. What did I want? Oh, speaking of Norway, what Frozen Ever After? You really loved it.
Yes, I was shocked. I mean, I was not a huge fan of Maelstrom. I always looked at it as kind of like a B movie where it's kind of goofy and you can point and laugh at it. But I wasn't a huge fan, but I'm not the biggest fan of Frozen. I like it, but I don't love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't too thrilled about it, but I really wanted to try it out. So we got a fast pass, of course, and we tried it out, and we all walked off of there, and we're like, wow, that was really good. That was a really good ride. So our second day at Epcot, we said, let's get there at rope drop and head straight over there and ride it again. And yeah, it's really a remarkable ride. I can't wait to go back and try it again.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Now, Jamie, you wrote in your notes here from your trip that what some of your favorite Disney memories are from. Could you tell us about that?
Oh man, it's just when you're not expecting it to happen. I mean, you can pose with characters, you can do, whatever you want. You can do all the planning you want, but it's when things happen that you're not expecting. Like when a cast member just starts talking about things, about maybe their experiences, or just letting you in on little tidbits about the park. Or my favorite moment from this trip was, we were at Ohana for breakfast and we saw Mickey and Lilo and Stitch, and my son thought it was over, my youngest, and then all of a sudden Pluto comes around the corner and his mouth just widened, his eyes nearly welled up with tears, and he just got so excited, and I just happened to have my phone handy, and I got a blurry picture of that moment, and I'll never forget it. I've never seen him so excited in my life, but it's just those moments that really stand out to me.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. What do you suppose your wife's favorite moment would have been?
Oh my gosh. Well, she always likes when we get a little bit of alone time. So anytime, when we did Jico, afterwards we went and got dressed and went back to the lounge there. Forgetting the name of it, but Victoria Falls.
Okay.
Anytime we get a little bit of alone time, because we spent our honeymoon there, and she likes to kind of relive that a little bit. So we did that, and we got to go back to Epcot by ourselves, and that's always fun for us to walk around by ourselves in World Showcase.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Nothing wrong with a little adult time.
No.
Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
So, very good. Finally, we're going to wrap up with Yeehaw Bob. You kind of like Yeehaw Bob.
I love Yeehaw Bob. I took I guess he was probably about 13 at the time, my oldest son. I took him with me to check him out for the first time, and teens are kind of hard to please, but he loved Yeehaw Bob. We just had a great time, and so this time we decided to bring everybody else, and it's just, I'm not one who likes to get up and do goofy things in front of other people, but Yeehaw Bob gets it out of you somehow. And yeah, he's just so talented, and he comes up to every table beforehand and he talks to you. I mean, we talked about how he's coming to Indianapolis here in August, and afterwards he signs pictures and sells some of his CDs. He gave us an extra CD, and he kept telling us how much he loved us and everything. And he's just a really special guy that, he's a legend, and
yeah,
I hope he's there for many years to come.
I never knew. Tim, did you know that he traveled around the country as well?
Well, I know there's a big convention or something there around Indianapolis. Is that right, Jamie?
Yeah, I think it's for one of the other podcasts. They're doing a little get together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. That's right. Very good. Well, that'll be fun. You'll have a good time seeing Yeehaw Bob again. I'm sure he'll remember you.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Tim, that's all I've got for Jamie. It sounds like he had a very nice fortnight at Walt Disney World.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie, thanks so much for joining us on the show. If people wanted to get in touch with you, besides joining us over there at our Facebook group, Looper Nation Live, where can people find you? Or is that the best place?
I'm very inactive in social media, but if you want to check me out, Jamie Price on Facebook, and I think I'm Nope, that's not it. James Price. No, James P. James P6060 on Twitter. That shows you how often I'm on Twitter.
There you go.
James P6060. Yes.
I'll recommend joining Looper Nation Live over at Facebook. How about that?
Yeah, hey, you can do that.
Absolutely. Real quick, before I do have one more question. How do you like Looper Nation Live?
Oh, I love it. As soon as I discovered it and all the interactivity and everything, it's great. I mean, it's fantastic, and everybody needs to be over there. I mean, it's grown quite a bit in the last month or so definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's you guys interacting all the time, and we just love seeing that, and it's just nice. You're starting to make new friends you never thought you'd have. So
exactly, there's some good people over there, and also Scott Campbell. So
good people and Scott Campbell. I see how you did that.
Had to throw that in there.
Of course you did.
Scott under the bus. I love it. All right, Tim. That's all I've got.
Awesome. And then I'm also over at Looper Nation Live. On Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com.
Like us on Facebook, rate us on iTunes, and what else should folks do, Tim?
Well, besides joining Looper Nation Live, if you want to support the show, go over to ResortLoop.com/support. You'll hit our Patreon page, and then after that, go out there and share the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody. Thanks for listening to the show. But now you want to share your love of Disney, right? Unfortunately, a lot of our friends, family, and coworkers just don't share the same enthusiasm we do for all things Disney. Well, now MyDizMatch.com has made it even easier with the all-new MyDizMatch apps for iOS and Android devices. Just download the MyDizMatch app and connect with new Disney friends today. And now, for a limited time, you'll get your first month of full membership free just for signing up. Look for the new MyDizMatch apps on iTunes and Google Play and start connecting with real Disney friends today.
I'm recording. I've been recording for 30 seconds now, my friend.
Oh my. Wow. Going way out.
By calling you a friend?
Wow. Yeah, well, definitely.
James, this is what I put up with every day.
This is what we do.
It doesn't change.
All day long.